Welcome back to the Tracie Trendy Show, my lovelies. Oh my goodness. Let's get down to this low down dirt. Okay. The last episode of Life After Lockup. Okay, my loves. All right. I want to start off with Taylor and Chance. I have to do some deep cleaning with this couple. They are just trifling as can be. And I mean, it started off with Taylor dragging Chance to a financial advisor. Okay, and just to find out that they are 2 months behind in their mortgage. So, really, in 1 month, she and her kids and a new unborn child will be put out in the streets, and she gets all upset because she thinks he might be cheating. Okay, and then he's chances up here asking like flexing like those credit cards are a big deal when they only have a $700 credit limit. I mean, they give those to people with bad credit or no credit or people, just starting out. And he's a 40-year-old man, and that's not a flex. It's not a flex. So, and then he maxed those out anyway. Anyhow, I just could not get over him acting as if he's getting $75,000 a year. Okay. He doesn't even work full time. He says he takes off at 11 just to go to the casino if you want to believe the lie. And I don't believe that anyone's paying him 75,000 as a felon. We've all seen his handiwork. Okay, he's blowing smoke, all right? And I'm not ingesting it. I am not ingesting it. All right. So I'm just wondering how he spends his money. Now, there was a little hint that it might go to women, which I mean, whatever. Okay. I don't know why these birds are surprised. But anyway, this Taylor bird is still with this dude to this day. I just saw their Instagram. She's still with him. The kids all strung up in the car, half placed in the seat, half seatbelt on, half off, no shoulder harness. Anyway, it's just ratchet. It's just ratchet. And I just don't see how she could stay with a man who told her to go in the garage, go live in the garage. It's her house, okay? So that tells you automatically how he feels about her. He cast her sister out in that garage, act like he was so concerned, blah, 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 blah. And now he tells his wife, who's pregnant at the time, to go in the garage. He can kick rocks, okay? Because his, what would be out the door. He certainly will. And, I wouldn't even care if he's hitting 11 casinos. I'm surprised these birds are so airheaded. I mean, they quit their jobs and they put all their trust in a con. Why? Why? Sensible people would not do that. So if I were um, Taylor, I was just trying to find a way to get myself back my old job. That's siree. I would try to do that because I would not be putting my trust in chance. No way, no how. Moving on to Sarah and Sean. Now, I don't get how she can tell her daughter to keep a secret like that. All right? I mean, because that's just setting her daughter up for prey, in my opinion, because she's going to think it's okay for anybody just to walk up to her and just say, don't tell anybody. It just reinforces her to be weak and be a victim, a prey for all these, out there. So, I mean, Sarah could have told the girl that he was her cousin or uncle or somebody. But now she's just going to think that random strangers, she's going to have to keep this secret because that's what pedals use pedal, tend to use that. They tend to use that. Don't tell anybody, blah, blah, blah. And I understand where Sarah's trying. She's trying to test the waters with her daughter and the father, but that little angle ain't flying. It ain't flying. But she's gonna have to talk to her daughter or try to correct that because that's not cool. And what else is not cool is Sean pulling an inflatable hot tub in the house. Now, how's he going to get all that water out there? How's he going to get all that water out? And without flooding the house, at least. And now, he wants to get it on finally. And now Sarah's playing the tired card. And I'm thinking, Sarah, are you tired or you just got caught some feelings for the baby daddy? Just wondering. Now, back to Lindsay and Boomhauser. Um, I'm just wondering, how did he get, he was standing 18 years. And I think he might have flipped, my loves. Because how did he get 3 years of house arrest when he was facing 18? And it's going to be a steep legal fee for his lawyer, 15K up front. And now the lawyer's like, oh, no problem. We'll work it out. It's not that much anymore. So I don't know. Boomhauser might be on the back of a milk carton if he is flipping on people. I'm just saying. Moving on to another bird, Justine and Mike. Okay, it's good news. Mike's kid is living with them, but he arrives just in time to be left with the aunt that raised them for so many years. So, but anyway, anyhow, Mike, you got one kid down and three to go to live with you, but then you make that announcement that you guys are moving across the country, which I already said you guys did weeks, months, almost a month and a half ago that you moved to Vegas. So I don't know how the other kids are going to feel. He says, oh, my child, blah, blah, blah. He's trying to play that angle for the audience. I'm not believing it. If you cared about your kids, they'll be the focal point, not this career that is pretty much a pie in the sky. Mm. And as I said, I'm not a dream killer, and he doesn't have to give up his dream, but he doesn't have to throw everything to the side just for it. He could compromise. And anyway, back to this $5,000 ring. I'm saying he's a sucker, okay? Just like he's suckering people to buy those, if you believe he's actually selling $1,000 sneakers, okay? Come on now. But if, he bought this 5,000 cluster ring, that could have been money for the kids because that ring definitely wasn't worth 5K. I'm just saying. And it did Justine kind of buy her own engagement ring because it came from a joint account. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. And I just saw that ring and I was like, 5,000. Are you serious? He would have been better off with the first ring, in my opinion. At least it was a solitaire. Moving on to Eris and Cam. I can't believe Eris sat there with, just boldly stated that she can't just bring any man around her daughter. I mean, didn't she just do that with Cam? Yeah, he was an ex-con, but I thankfully she let her daughter stay with her folks' house. And now she's questioning. I guess it's kind of smart of Eris. She's questioning on the camera where Cam got the money for the beachfront dinner and everything else he plans to spend money on. Like that. Number one, they shouldn't have went to the furniture store. They should have went to the AC man. But anyway, I wonder why she keeps questioning where he got the money. Does she realize they're being filmed for TV? I mean, come on now. I mean, she might be quite aware, just in case they don't come for her, they'll just come for Cam. When if the S hits the fan, they'll say, "Look, I asked this man on TV where he got this money." Okay, now Cameron's out here saying he gets his people to give him money. All right, if you want to believe that, but in the meantime, Cameron I mean, yeah, Eris paid for those little stools or whatever on her own credit card, which is fine. I mean, until he gets his credit card, I guess. I mean, his job to work for this whole thing. And I know he does have a job, so that's good. But Cameron, I don't know about your answers going to fly in front of people who watch this show. Okay, so dial it down, dial it back. And that same goes for Mike too. But moving on to Monique and Derek. Okay, here we go. This was quite interesting. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one, but it was quite interesting. When the fight was over and Derek went to Aubriana and he said, Aubriana and Elizabeth were fussing at him because they said he didn't have her back. And he was saying, big girl was on you. I had to get her off of you. So he's saying big girl, meaning Monique's smaller sister. So he must feel that way about Monique because Monique is way bigger than her sister. And so I know that was quite interesting. Big girl. He calls her big girl, the sister who's smaller than Monique, and he calls Monique Big Mama. So Evidently, I think there's some truth in what his brother said is that they don't date BBWs. Because that's all Derek can say out of his mouth. Big girl was on you, I had to get her off you. And Big Mama Monique. Just saying. But anyway, anyhow, my loves, let's see. Who is winning? Who is winning this episode? Let's see. Monique and Derek. I'm gonna say out of that, the con. Derek gets a vote for the cons. He definitely I guess he won because Monique and her sisters definitely lost that fake fight. So the point goes to the cons. Eris and Cam. Hmm. Who is winning in this combination? I would say, okay, let me say, for the moment, Eris is winning. Okay, she's living in this world. Okay, everything is going so far so good. So Eris wins a point for the non-cons. Moving on to Justine and Mike. Justine. Okay, I forgot to mention this. They must think we're imbeciles. She's all wondering, how is the sister gonna know I'm pregnant? Blah blah blah. I'm like, didn't you just tell her mother that you were pregnant? So I'm sure the mother told her daughter that you were pregnant. All right. So you can go ahead and just let the sister that you don't get along with, sister-in-law that you don't get along with, watch your kids. So you can go trace behind Mike because you can't leave him alone for a second. And the kids are just afterthoughts. So who's going to win? Justine and Mike. Who gets a point? Mike, as always, gets a point for the non-cons. Lindsay and Blaine. You know what? Blaine is going to win a point. So far, Lindsay's stressing. So wait. Who's the non? Oh, Lindsay is the con and Blaine is the non-con. So I would say Blaine won because Lindsay's out here stressing. So Blaine wins a point for the non-cons. Sarah and Sean. Mm. Uh, Sarah wins a point for the cons. Sarah wins a point for the cons because she's kind of got two men in her orbit. So I would say Sarah gets a point. And I have some tea on Sarah, my loves. I heard that her baby daddy got other kids, like about six of them or so. And she having an issue with him talking about to their other mamas. The baby daddy talking to his other baby mamas. That's what I heard. I don't know. He has a ridiculous amount of kids besides Addie. That's crazy. All right, my loves. That's totally crazy. If I am to believe the rumor that I heard. But yeah, I think Sarah gets a point for the cons. And moving on to Taylor and Chance. Oh my gosh. Taylor is a complete airhead. So even though she tries to act like she's tough, she doesn't back it up. She just barks. She has no bite. So Chance gets the points for the cons because it's his world and he's just doing what he wants to do. Okay, my loves, that is my take on the lowdown dirt of life after lockup. So what do you think, my loves? Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Drop a line below because you know we're going to talk about this, as well as hit the subscription bell and the notification bell. Always check, my loves, because you know YouTube plays tricks. In the meantime, I'll catch you all out on the flip side.